All right guys, for our workout today, we're gonna kick things off with 1 minute of cardio of your choice. From there, the next 4 minutes, we're gonna do as many rounds as we can fit in of 20 skips. So that's just your normal single unders with the skipping rope, 7 push-ups, 7 deadlifts. So with the push-ups and deadlifts, don't be afraid to make them a little easier than normal. Remember, it's just a warm-up, so things like knee push-ups, incline push-ups are totally fine. Deadlift, I'm just gonna go single dumbbell today, just a nice lightweight just to warm up the hamstrings. So looking at the skipping, not too much to this one. We're just trying to keep the body nice and upright. Okay, you notice the feet stay nice and close, and it's just really the ball of the foot or the midfoot, forefoot that's having the contact on the ground. If I can feel my heels kind of really aggressively slapping the ground, I want to try and lift myself up, be a little bit more bouncy on the balls of the feet. Once I've done 20 there, I go into the 7 push-ups. So nice close setup with the hands, feet together, taking a moment to lock the trunk in, chest to ground. And as I said, you can scale that. Okay, especially if you're sore from a previous workout, shoulders are a little bit fatigued, just give it an easy start in on that warm-up. 7 of them then goes into the 7 deadlifts. So I'm gonna go single dumbbell, narrow stance. From there, just coming down to kind of mid-shin, tensing my butt on the way back up again. So I want to make sure that I don't round over, get to a bad position. It's nice high chest, even at the bottom of it. So those 3 movements on repeat for those remaining 4 minutes. That is your warm-up. Alrighty guys, we're going to look at the build workout now. This one is going to be 10 minutes. We're going to be going through 4 rounds. So you've roughly got about 2.5 minutes or 2 to 3 minutes per round to get through this. What we're looking at is a superset of 2 movements, and we're looking a lot at the rear chain, so sort of backside of the legs, into the glutes, into the back, that sort of thing. We've got good mornings for 10 reps, and that's gonna be done with a dumbbell on the back of the shoulders. We've also got 10 weighted glute bridges. So we do 1 movement straight into the other, rest a little bit. As I said, when you get to about that 2.5, 3 minute marker, that's when you commence the next set, and we're doing 4 of those. So with the good morning, setting up with the weight on the back of the shoulders. If you're working with, say, like a kettlebell or something like that, you might find it's more comfortable in the front, but as long as it's stable, I don't mind if you take a little bit of creative license there. Stance is gonna be about hips width, so fairly narrow. As I come down, I'm gonna make sure my knees are just soft, right? I don't want them fully locked out. Eyes are ahead, hinging over, and then squeeze my butt and my hamstrings as they come up again. So I'm ideally trying to get my body to approach parallel at the ground, so my hips create that nice kind of inverted 90-degree bend. That's obviously going to be subject to your flexibility, but we want to get as far as we can without forcing it into a bad position. So 10 of those, we then go into the weighted glute bridge. So setting up, stance is going to be again the same, about hips width, toes are up. I'm going to take that weight and sit it just across the front of my hips, and from there I'm driving that weight up, back down again. So you notice at the top here, all of my back is off the ground. It's just my shoulders and my traps that are there. So that way I'm keeping my spine in a nice fixed straight position. And it's just that nice kind of hinge opening and closing at the hip there. Notice with both of those movements, they're both fairly slow and very, very controlled. It's not a rush. This is not a for-time workout. So more time under tension is going to mean you get more out of it. So 10 minutes on that, and that is your build workout. What's up guys? We're checking out the MOV workout today. So this one is going to be a couplet. 2 movements we're gonna be doing is a renegade row and a box jump over. And what we're gonna see is a 15-minute time cap to get through a descending rep scheme. So for the renegade rows, we're gonna see 15, 12, and 9. For the box jump overs, it's basically going to be triple numbers, so 45, 36, and 27, as it is a much faster cycling kind of movement. So with the renegade row, guys, with this one, we're going to do the full version today. So this is a push-up, row right, row left, or whichever order you want to go with that, but it is all 3 of those movements per rep. So it is quite slow to cycle. What you want to do is set yourself up in kind of like a tripod position. So I think like a big triangle shape. My feet are going to be the base of the pyramid. My hands are going to be the apex at the top there. And we do that so that we can create stability when we're taking our hands off the ground. So I'm going to set up just wide enough that I can get my chest through the middle, or at least touch my chest to the dumbbells. Feet are going to go pretty wide at the back there. Nice straight position. So it's push up, row, row, and that would be 1 repetition. So I'm moving through that for 15, 12, and 9 for those 3 rounds. Really important when you do this, pay attention to where your chest and shoulders are relative to the dumbbells. What we'll often see when people get tired is they start to move back and do these weird kind of diagonal rows, right? We want to make sure we are up over the top, and you can see how that gets my hips to line up so there's a straight line from my heels to my head. Don't expect that movement to cycle really quick, okay? It's kind of like Turkish get-ups. It's just one of those ones that you just know is just going to take a while, so just work your way through it. Now, when we move to the box jump over, that's a bit of a different story. This one is going to be a fair bit faster, so getting ourselves something to jump up onto. Obviously, just work with what you have at home, guys. If it's a stair, if you've got a box, if you've got a bench, make sure it's nice and stable, and make sure you've got clear paths either side of it. So from here, up and over the top. Okay, I can also work from side on. Either of those is fine. So that one's going to be 45, 36, 27. So with the Renegade row, think maybe 3 to 6 reps at a time. With this one, think sort of 10 to 20 reps at a time. And remember, you have a 15-minute time cap. So that is your move workout.